Bora TJ Manotok, kasama po ang buong pamilya ng Viva Vintage Sports. At yun doon po sa mga katutunin pa lamang, huwag po kayo magugulat. Yan po ang Yellow Army para ngayong gabing ito. At hindi lamang po yellow ang kanilang jersey, pati mga hairdo nila. Of course, that's in solidarity with their fallen comrade, itong si Asi Taulava. Third quarter underway. It's a 20-point lead para po sa Mobiline, 38-18. Let's see, itong shell velocity, ano kaya sinabi ni Coach Perry Ronquillo ng ating halftime. Alam naman natin, Perry Ronquillo, yung master motivator natin dito sa PTA. Benji Paras, let's see, at kung magtutuloy-tuloy ito, Benji Paras, that's only his second field goal. Only 4 points para kay Benji Paras.
Good effort there for shell velocity. They were posting up Jerry and Plana. He kicked it out to Benji Paras and hit that jumper. And that's what they have to do, no? They play the ball better once they get double on the post.
Victor Pablo to Patrick Fran. Patrick Fran started half para sa Mobiline. Phonepals, ang layo ng binyahe din ng Patrick Fran. Nagmintis ang layup. Tumatakbo ang shell velocity. Jerry Esplana against Bong Ravena, pounding the level, kick it out, get the return pass. Jerry Esplana operating underneath, an aggression being shown here by Jerry Esplana.
Finally, some aggressiveness being shown by Jerry Esplana in the second half, and that's what shell velocity needs. Pero sa parte naman ng Mobiline, it's been a good ploy by Coach Luyelas to put Bong Ravena on Jerry Esplana because he's a bigger guy at mas mahirapan sa poste.
Meanwhile, paano nakakawala itong si Patrick Fran for those penetrations. Foul will be called on Jerry Esplana. Una pa lamang yan ni Jerry. And the first being foul para sa shell velocity. At Patrick Fran po nasa 4.5 meter line. Para makabalik ang shell dito, kailangan dito na gumawa ng mga defensive stops. But Patrick Fran taking the ball strong to the hoop in both sequences earlier.
Kasi Patrick Fran started out very hot, no? He had 7 points very early for Mobiline. Pero nung second quarter, he has yet to score. And now this is his first point. In the second half.
That's Patrick Fran, born on April 16, 1973. Oh, at ito si Patrick Fran, hindi na nakuha ng first round yung sumali siya.
Oh, he's a very nice story. He worked really hard. He was drafted but not signed. He was a rookie. He was a free agent as a sophomore, and lucky for him, Mobiline saw his hard work and his work ethic. They picked him up as a sophomore. In fact, they gambled on him, in which no other team really wanted to pick him up. And look at him now.
Yan po si Patrick Fran, but earlier Bong Ravena committing his first foul. Ngayon, dalawa na. Mabilis para dito kay Bong Ravena.
You better watch those fouls, no? Medyo useless yung mga foul na gano'n na patapik ng bola habang nasa poste. You should just play straight up defense against Jerry Esplana in the post.
And Jerry Esplana really active na dito sa ating third quarter. Esplana firing over Bong Ravena, and Jerry Esplana has 4 points in the ball game. Lahat po ginawa sa third quarter natin. 16-point lead para sa Mobiline. Almost 2 minutes gone by sa ating third quarter. Kamasa open yung lane momentarily, but they go to Patrick Fran. He overshot the mark. Shell velocity on the comeback trail. Benji Paras. Kailangan ng kontribusyon ni Benji Paras in this ball game kung kailangan sila makabalik. Pero ito, hindi makakatulong. Ang huling tawag, Jerry Esplana. He was posting at Bong Ravena, but he was caught by the ref. Sana tinatarap yung siko niya dito sa abdomen ni Bong Ravena. So balik ang bola sa Mobiline Phonepals. Jerry Cordillera. No point so far para kay Jerry, pero tumulong siya sa rebounding. 7 seconds to shoot. Victor Pablo. Nice move. Wala doon. Jerry Cordillera gets it back. Camaso, or Ravena rather. Iikot nila. And Patrick Fran. Makakakuha ng foul mula dito kay Jerry Esplana.
Good patience there for Mobiline. There were so many instances that they could have taken the shot, but they opted to rotate it and find the more open teammate, in which they found Patrick Fran in the corner, and he picked up that foul.
At yung halaga nito si Patrick Fran. Walang hesitation Pag dumadrive talaga. Pagtanggap ng bola, alam niya ang gagawin doon.
Wala talagang takot si Patrick Fran.
Ravena to Cordillera. Ravena gets it back. 3-pointer. Wala doon. Almost 3 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. It's now Benji Paras posting up against Jerry Cordillera. Matagal ng matchup to. Benji using his body against Jerry. Chris Jackson for the follow-up too. Yeah.
Good positioning there by Chris Jackson. One of the better rebounders at his height, no? Victor Pablo failed to box him out that time, and he got a good effective rebound.
Muli po nagbabalik ang bayan ng superstars. Wala sa Phil Sports Arena, Jerry Codinera just scored his first field goal dito po sa ating ball game.
Anything that will come his way will be a big help for Mobiline.
Meanwhile, Jerry is planning simply unstoppable dito po sa ating third quarter, already with 6 points. All delivered dito sa ating third canto. 8 minutes to play. Third quarter action. Jerry to Don Camacho. Camacho using his speed against Chris Jackson. Yes.
Exactly what you said, partner. Using his speed to get around Chris Jackson at the post. Another 2 points for Mobiline. Starting to douse the fire of this mini shell rally.
Alam mo Don Camacho, kung mag-usip against Chris Jackson, asahan mo yung katawan niya. Haharang na sa'yo. And Dixon Encarnacion taking the technical free throw. That is 9th point. Meanwhile, pupurin itong si Bong Navera, Jerome Hercido. Yung clip pinos niya ang target ng Jerry Estrada. Oh, Jerry Estrada could have traveled, yes.
A little bit of a late call by the referee, but he called it nonetheless. And good defense there by shown by Jerome Hercido. At kahit walang help defense na pinapakita ng Mobiline, they're showing their confidence in the defense of Jerome at the post against Jerry Estrada.
Jerry Codinera against Benji Parra. Jerry. Meanwhile, with the shot clock winding down, here's Jerome Ejercito posting up against Jim Marzan, and what a shot coming from Jerome Ejercito. Instant offense for Jerome. Meron na siyang 8 puntos. Victor Encarnacion trying to help the process. Shell velocity. Medyo nang lamig ito si Victor Encarnacion. Although he was the surprise package ni Perry Ronquillo, ni Coach Perry Ronquillo, yung second quarter natin. Hindi na uli nakapagdagdag na maraming puntos itong si Victor. Here's Jerry Codinera, 7 to shoot. Against Benji Parra. So look at Benji Parra. Talagang miyapos na itong si Jerry Codinera. Still complaining to the ref. And the second team foul for second personal para kay Benji Parra. The third team foul para sa Shell Velocity. Sideline throw in. Ating talaan, Mobiline 46, Shell 29. Malaki pa rin ang laman ng Mobiline dito. And Jerome Ejercito taking the action straight to Jim Marzan.
Even though he had some open cutters in the lane, Ejercito knew he had that big mismatch in the post against Jim Marzan. At talo siyang ginanahan kasi nakita naman niya, wala naman pinapadalang double team. Sabi niya, sige, kakainin ko itong one-on-one. And that's what he did. He gets to the free throw line for another 2 free throws.
At itong si Jim Marzan forced to body up against si Jerome Ejercito. Kanina kasi medyo nag-disengage siya kay Jerome Ejercito. Tinirahan siya ng turnaround shot. So Jerome Ejercito, really a very potent weapon para sa Mobiline Phonepals. At ngayong gabi meron ng 8 puntos. Let's look at Coach Perry Ronquillo. Hindi pa natin siya nakitang bumiti buong gabi ito. Dale Singson again. Doon po sa mga pagtutunin pa lamang, Dale Singson is now wearing the Shell Velocity uniform and playing his first game para po sa Shell Velocity. 2-2 para kay Jerome Ejercito. The biggest lead of Mobiline was 20 points. TJ ngayon ay balik na naman nila to 19-9. Jerry, heavy traffic in. And then Pakistan grabbing the rebound. Pakistan averages 4 rebounds per ball game. And look at that. The goal by Don Camacho.
Alam mo na wala na yung bola, but he picks it up again. Found himself wide open at the baseline. Easy layup for him. And Mobiline is now up by 21 big points.
At kailangan ulit mag-usap-usap ng mga bata ni Coach. Probably team manager Cebitas convincing si Mr. Behoy to also have his hair colors. Oh, and look at the good swipe there by Jerry Cordillera.
Carelessness for Benji Paras, holding the ball with one hand at ipinasubo niya sa mukha ni Jerry. So, madaling agawan yun.
Quite a listless night para dito kay Benji Paras. Only 4 points so far. Jerome Ejercito against Dale Simpson. Shooting at his dribble. Ejercito trying to shake off Dale Simpson. Far from the corner, wala. And the long rebound comes a challenge by Dale Simpson. Yun yung kailangan din ni Coach Perry Ronquillo. Yung effort na makita sa mga bata niya. At sigurado yung effort mga galing dito kay Dale Simpson. He's out there to prove something. At gusto niya patunayan doon sa management, pati sa mga kakampiyan. I deserve to be here.
Oh, exactly. And it's a nice situation for him to be in. There's no pressure and there's nothing to lose. He's only been there with one practice. So wala pa naman masyadong expectations sa kanya.
Meanwhile, foul called against Brickster Encarnacion. And plays like those earlier, yun talaga ang pumatay dito sa Shell Velocity, TJ. Tamaso, good swipe there by Brickster Encarnacion. Ang bola lalabas. At last touch, isang yellow shirt. Yellow hair.
Yellow hair, yellow shirt. Well, yellow as it may be, they're up by 21 big yellow points. They have reason to smile.
And look at the steal there. Ejercito, the pass to five. Sent clean. Ejercito to Pablo. 4.5 to play in the third. And no let up on the part of Mobiline. 52-29. You would expect it to Mobiline Phonepals to relax a bit. Pero hindi. They keep on attacking the basket. Going for those loose balls. And here's Jerry Estrada kicking it out.
Good rotation by Mobiline defensively.
Dixon with the makaporma rin. Jerry Estrada firing a medium-range jumper. And that time a push by Patrick Fran. Talo siya sa high. Tinawagan si Patrick Fran. Pangalawang personal foul ni Patrick Fran.
Alam mo, tama yung mini-mention mo kanina, partner, na yung aggressiveness. Kumbaga, to really pound on their opponent, even though they're up by 6 margin.
Sana po, Novena, papasok. Yung killer instinct, TJ, yung binabanggit mo. Mahalaga yan. Papasok dito sa ating susunod na level of players, susunod na rounds. At look at Mobiline. Still, numbers mga kaibigan, yan ang indication ng intensity.
Oh, exactly. They've got 5 steals as compared to Shell with 9. Also, just goes to show how hard they work on the defensive end.
Our stats was brought to you by Chris Tank, the all-in-one glue, technology by laptop. At si Camaso matatawagan ng kanyang pangalawang personal foul. At Mobiline, mabilis sumabol dito sa team fouls, meron ng 4. Meanwhile, Shell, 5 ng team fouls sila.
Almost 6 points na lang for Mobiline. They will already double the output of Shell. That's how big they need it so far. As you see, Jerry Estrada still trying to chip in what he can with a turnaround jumper.
Game stop para dito kay Jerry Estrada. He has 8 points. Lahat ginawa sa third quarter natin. Here's Don Camaso. With the options of Akitaw Lava, makita mo ang daming options nitong Mobiline. Marami silang pinupuntahan that time. Don Camaso, siya naman ang pumaposte.
Exactly, and what's nice about it is the other teams that they play against don't really know who they're going to go for. One time they can post up Jerry, the next time around they can post up Jerome, or even Don Camaso. You don't really know. Now they can be the surprising yellow team. In other words, you don't really know what to expect.
2:45 in the third quarter. Still no headway para sa Shell at Mobiline. Kanila pa ang possession dito. 21-point lead for Mobiline. Okay, the shot clock is winding down on them. 4 seconds to shoot. Victor Pablo putting up the shot. And one. Para kay Victor Pablo, pati siya napangiti sa tirang yan. It was a desperation turnaround shot. Nakuha pa ni Victor Pablo. And a foul will be called against Chris Jackson. Pablo, free throw. Pumasok. Ito si Victor Pablo, meron ng 11 puntos. PJ and Mobiline 55. Benji Paras is still struggling in this ball game. Foul by Jerry Cordillera.
Itong Shell Velocity is really hungry for anything.
By Bong Ravenna, brought to you by CMG of Australia, reinventing healthcare with a TMG swipe.
Alam mo, buti na lang may mga numero at apelyido yung mga player na. Kung dinaan natin sa buhok.
Turnaround shot. Wala din. Nakita mo, that ball, Ravenna, still fighting for the ball, ha? Gusto pa rin yung net. Jerry Estrada. Nagdito kay two 3-point shots na may Dale Simpson na nag-limited. So, no success from the outside para kay Dale. A minute and a half to play the third quarter.
Alam mo, itong Shell really is struggling to find anything that to work for them. They tried so many different options, so many different players to post up, either Benji Pras, and actually in the second half, they have found quite some success with Jerry and Lana at the post. Pero as Coach Luella said, a team is made up of 5 players. One player cannot just carry your whole team. Kung yung 4 ayaw rin maglaro, walang patutunguhan tong team na to. And they're still down by 24 big points. And they really have to come up with something big if they want to get back to this ball game, considering we only have 1 minute and 23 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Jay Mendoza back in the ball game, relieving Brixton Encarnacion. Earlier, technical free throw taken by Mobiline off a legal defense call against Shell. Si Dale Simpson po, kailangan matutunan pa ni Dale Simpson yung galaw ng mga kampi niya. Against Jerome Ejercito. John Camacho left open and he knocked it down.
I'm sure Camacho was as surprised as we are, but nobody even tried to pick him up. They just gave up the outside shot for him, challenging him. And ito naman si Camacho, he can't hit those outside shots.
He was so open that he could have shot it back earlier. Ito, tingnan natin, pag-usapan natin ang dunk, pero shot si Don Camacho, it was short. Here's Justin Sereno nagbintis on the other end, and Benji Paras baited his reverse. Wala pa rin. Sloppy basketball at this point. Dale Simpson putting some order in their offense.
Finally, after 4 minutes, they were 1 out of 8-1, and then in this stretch, they missed 2 shots. They finally made their third, and really woeful shooting.
Yes,
Shell velocity.
Mobiline 57 and Shell 33, only 33 points with only 18 seconds to play in the third quarter. Paul Ravenna taking it strong against Jerry Estrada. And hands it off. Just a good steal there by Dale Simpson. Let's see. 8 seconds pa no. Nalalabi and Benji Paras dunking it home. And that was a no-fear slam dunk by Benji Paras. No more time left. Quarter mga kaibigan. At yan po ang ating talaan, a 22-point bubble erected here by Mobiline Phonepals.
Alam mo,
57 to 35. Oh, no, TJ, magpapa...
22-point bubble, no?
Ka na rin ba? Hindi ba sabihin mo sa akin?
Hindi pa. Since you were mentioning the 22-point bubble, we have to mention to the fans that there is such a thing as a quotient system, which will be implemented if and when that there will be a 3-way tie. So, and in this case, if Mobiline wins by a very big margin, let's say if they keep this pace, 22 points, even if they lose against Ginebra, they will be in at the 7th slot for the quarterfinals.
That's a very important note that you mentioned, TJ. Here's Shell velocity only na lamang in quarter para talaga makabalik sila in this ballgame. Benji Paras. Wala pa rin explosion coming from Benji Paras. And that time, he knocked down Jericho Dinera as he knocked down the shot.
So finally, some aggressiveness by Benji Paras. And all is not lost. So they still have time. They're down by 20 big points. But they still have 11 minutes to go to make up for it. So we'll see if they can mount a big rally here in the fourth.
And Don Camacho, spot up. Yes. And Don Camacho, hindi ka hihiyain. Hindi sa mga medium range. Don Camacho is also very effective, a very potent weapon from the
Using the basket, exactly. That's what he's really made for, and that's where he's more comfortable sometimes.
Benji pass to Benji Paras. Benji Paras trying to help the Shell cross dito sa fourth quarter natin. Collision between Benji and Jerry. Pareho silang nakayuko doon. And look at Benji Paras clutching his neck.
No ball there for that contact. So, medyo pinabayaan lang ni referee na magkabanggaan ng ulo. Kung see this replay.
Balikan natin ha. Benji Paras, charge. Ayun, nako. Teka muna. Tinamaan ito si Jerry ng siko nito si Benji. Pero earlier, tumama naman yung leg ni Benji dito kay Ravenna. Isa naman ang Shell velocity. Jerome Ejercito. He'll try to post up against Dale Pinson. Jerome trying to enter the space. At yung tira niya, wala doon.
And Shell could not get a hand on that offensive rebound.
Nalabas yun para sa Mobiline Phonepals at ito si Jerome Ejercito acknowledging yung kanyang pasa para kay Pablo, which went haywire. Jay Mendoza back in the ballgame for Shell Velocity. Still a very sorry offensive line para sa Shell Velocity so far, TJ.
We're already in the fourth quarter. They have only scored 37 points, in which most teams score and a half.
Sideline throw in. With 9.5 to play ngayon, dito si Coach Louie Alaka. Yung kumpiyansa niya sa mga players, lahat ng hugutin niya, punong-puno yung confidence na binibigay niya. And the players in responding, Carl Ravena, partially blocked there by Chris Jackson. Wilson missing his third three-pointer. Jay Mendoza underneath, and Eric Reyes blocking his shot. And there's another interception by Dale Simpson, going strong to the hoop. And look at Dale Simpson playing like a veteran dito sa PBA.
Being more aggressive with the Dale Simpson, and he knows that they can't just settle for outside shots. I mean, fine, taking it you're open, but if you start missing them, you have to have the presence of mind to take it in the hole, as you see Dale Simpson taking advantage of Patrick Fan and picking up that foul, and he gets to go to the line for two.
And slowly nagpapakilala itong si Dale Simpson sa bayan ng superstars.
But he's no stranger to the basketball world. Definitely, he made his name in the UAAP, as you said, with 3 years, 3 consecutive championships. He went on to the NBA. He played pretty well there with the Iloilo team, and now he finally makes his move to the PBA. And trying to make his name here with Shell Velocity, and he's trying to help them. It's only down to an 18-point lead for Mobiline.
And 2 for 2 para kay Dale Simpson. 9 minutes to play. Still plenty of basketball. Mga kaibigan, Mobiline 59, Shell 41. Ravena. Deep left. Camaso. 3-pointer. Yes! And Don Camaso. Lahat ng mga, huli mga baskets yan ang galing from medium outside. Yung huli, kinuha niya, trying to do fade away.
So really, Camaso starting to hit his shot from the outside, showing everybody how versatile of a player he is.
He can dunk it and he can shoot from the outside. Magandang weapon yan para sa Mobiline. And meanwhile, Eric Reyes na makatawagan. Una pa lamang yan ni Eric Reyes. Second team foul for Mobiline.
The only thing that Mobiline has to look out for now in the fourth quarter is not to be complacent. No? Huwag lang sila mag-relax. Kasi sometimes yun ang nangyari. Pag malamang ka na ng malaki, nag-relax ka, nakakahabol yung mga kalaban.
There's inside to Chris Jackson. 2 seconds to shoot. At tumunod ang 24 second buzzer. All clear na doon. Magic pass to ball. Ravena walang kahirap-hirap ng TJ. Meron pang Mobiline dito. And meron pang isang game itong Mobiline
against
on Friday. Against Barangay Ginebra. There's the possibility of a 3-way tie looming.
But if Mobiline continues this pace and they win by more than 20 points, they will assure themselves of being number 7 in the quarterfinals, because even if they lose against Ginebra, the quotient system will apply for the 3-way tie, and the highest rank there will automatically do it. And if in this case it keeps up this way, it will be Mobiline.
Yes, but I'm sure si Coach Terry Ronquillo has also taken note of that and really exhorting his team to really fight back in this one. Meanwhile, illegal defense. At illegal defense. So Jerry Estrada will take technical free throw para sa Shell Velocity. Jerry Estrada. At nagmintis itong si Jerry Estrada. I'm sure hindi rin nagugustuhan ng mga kababayan niya sa Peñaranda, Nueva Ecija. Ito nilalaro ng kanilang kababayan na si Jerry Estrada. It's a nice ball game. From the runner earlier. ng pag-jump ni Patrick Black. Gets it back. And look at the hustle of Dale Singson. Chris Jackson. The loosely reverse. Wala pa rin. Lalabas na ito.
Things really just not going their way for Shell Velocity. As you see the players, you can see it in their faces when they're walking down the court with their heads low. Parang nawawalan ng kumpiyansa.
Yun yung pinaka-ay, pati si Coach Perry Ronquillo. Pero yun yung pinaka-ay ng mga coaches, di ba?
Exactly.
Pag nakatingin ka na siya sa sahig, I remember Coach Jolie pa, pag gano'n sila sa, ano hinahanap mo, barya? Ano ka ba ng barya? Ayan, sumasala ito. At si Deoran, simpa lamang yung punctuation na ginawa niya, panghuling tira pa sa third quarter. Patrick Sang making his first free throw.
You know what's interesting to note, Mon, about the lack of aggressiveness of Shell Velocity. After the third quarter, they have yet to go to the foul line on an active shooting foul. They went to the foul line 3 times for all on technical foul. So, kulang talaga sila sa drive, kulang talaga sila sa shot, no? And really not showing much aggression inside.
And meanwhile, ito pa. Quick turnover, pabor dito sa Mobiline Phonepals. And one thing with Mobiline, dapat dito ng mga fouls. Hindi sila pumasok sa team penalty. Or actually, they only entered the team penalty once in second quarter. Pero ang ganda ng depensan na binibigyan nila sa Velocity. Iniwan pa nilang open si Eric Reyes who knocks in the jumper. And Eric Reyes joining the fray. He now has 4 points.
So everybody really from Mobiline is really contributing as much as they can. Pag all systems go for the yellow-haired boys of Mobiline.
Benji Paras, left for the court jumper. Wala pa rin doon. Try. Ito ba ang Gobi magagawin dito ng Mobiline? And Eric Reyes, time to finish up the job. He gets fouled, and he will shoot to the 4.5-meter line. And talk about stepping up. TJ, pangapat yan ni Dale Singson. Look at the Sergeant Shell.
Sorry shooting. 4 out of 15 for Pras. Mark Delan 2 out of 7. Marzan 0 for 2. Esplana is the only bright spot so far. He shot 5 out of 9. And Chris Jackson is 3 out of 8.
And I'm sure you can see Mark Delan apektado dito sa nilalaro ng kanyang koponan. It's actually the best player of the game. Kanilang unang encounter which Shell won 73-72 last April 14. At ito si Mark Delan ang na-convert ng game-winning shot.
It's actually very uncharacteristic now for Mark Delan not to be playing that well since when Paras was out, Esplana was out. He really picked it up for Shell. Magbabalikan lang yan ng Mobiline para half-court game. So they must start pressuring the ball, maybe a full-court press, try to force some turnovers, and try to get some easy points off a fast break.
Meanwhile, ito namang Mobiline Phonepals. I guess natuto sila nung kanilang first encounter against Shell Velocity. They were leading by as much as 7 points in the last minute and a half. Hinabo pa sila ng Shell Velocity. So ngayon, talagang take no prisoners. No let up para sa Mobiline Phonepals. Tulad yan, makita mo. Savannah the lead of getting the lead of Patrick Sang. It's now Mobiline 70, Shell 41.
Actually, ang Mobiline pa ngayon ang merong full court pressure, no? So they're really not letting it up. And the killer instinct is being shown by Mobiline.
Para sa Esplana, breaks na rin kayo na Sean. Ang layo ng tira na yun. He breaks na kayo na Sean. He was complaining that he was fouled. No call there. And para sa Mobiline Phonepals, let's see. Magkukrus na lamang ba sila dito, TJ? 5.5 to play sa final quarter natin. Wala na ipatuloy ang Jerry Cordillera using the glass that time.
So now it's a commanding 31-point semi-final to the quarterfinals because with this kind of a lead, even if they lose to Barangay Ginebra, they will be assured of 7th spot in the quarterfinals.
Shell, ang meanwhile, ito si Jerry Esplana paupuin na. Mark ng ating fourth quarter. Let's talk about stepping up earlier. Sinasabi natin, sino magsisilap ng mga numero ni Asi Taulava? 2 points, almost 14 rebounds per ball game, 4 assists, 1 steal. Yun po mga numero ni Asi Taulava.
And so far, everybody has really stepped up. No? Everybody has took it a notch higher in their game. No? From Patrick Ryan to Bong Rivera to Don Camacho, everybody, kumbaga the yellow hair has inspired them so much. and they have resulted in this big lead so far, and they looks like they're cruising to victory.
Mga leaders naman na naglalaban later tonight. Of course, both teams already assured of a twice to beat advantage sa ating quarterfinal round.
Basically no bearing, but still, you'd want to come into the quarterfinals off a win. So yung moral ng team mo is at a very high position.
And just like Mobiline Phonepals, talagang gusto nila, they want to register a very big win in this one. Probably talagang makapagdala ng momentum pa in their future games. And Cordillera missing a jumper. Mobiline 72, Shell 41. And at this point, Shell Velocity nawala na yung spunk dito sa kanilang paglalaro, PJ.
If any spunk has been shown today. They showed a little bit of spunk in the third quarter. Pero naubusan na sila doon. And looks like they're letting up so far.
Against Mark Talan. With only 3 minutes and 24 seconds to play. Number 5. Well, it seems that at this point, assuming si Coach Perry Roncillo virtually thrown in the white towel, so to speak, at pinasok na si Joel Zawara, Marcel Rosario para dito sa Shell Velocity. Wala na si Benji Parasa and Chris Jackson. Under 3 minutes to play here, and we were mentioning earlier, TG, nangangani pa ngayon ng Shell Velocity sa kanilang kampanya sa ating Alaksan PBA All-Filipino Cup with this impending loss.
Oh, exactly. Pero actually, Shell Velocity still has a chance. Even if they lose this game, if Mobiline beats Ginebra on Friday, Shell is going to be in 8th place flat in the quarterfinal.
Worry-free.
Worry-free. Oh, no need of a knockout game. But
we're approaching the final 2 minutes, and Eric Reyes made sure na 3-pointer ang bibigyan sa kanya doon. Pero hindi, long to lamang. So in the last 2 minutes, is brought to you by London Gym Jr. Just right for you. Mobiline 76, Shell 45. I talk about stepping up. Lahat ng mga Mobiline Phonepals. Eric Reyes, ito. Very good numbers. Lahat na lampasan yung kanilang mga per game average.
Oh, I'm sure, no? So kahit paano, they all chipped in a little bit to meet that average that they lost from Asitaw Lava.
Siguro sabi ko, pakulay na rin sila dito. Tumbasa na rin ng napakagandang laro.
So they all did their share in coloring their hair. They also did their share on the ball court.
Meanwhile, still in substitution here. At the Sierra Vena, papasok, relieving Patrick Panik, Jerry Cordillera, and for Shell, Talan, and itong si Jun Marzano upo. Very dejected Mark Talan approaching the bench now. Pasok si Erwin Luna together with Dale Singson. Si Dale Singson, kailangan pa niya yung additional or extra playing minutes para makuha yung kumpiyansa niya dito sa PBA. Guido Babylonia, wala doon at yung sinasabi mo nga kanina, yung pagdating sa potion at hindi nila napaliit yung kalamangan dito ng Shell.
Saka ngayon, ang masakit dyan, their fate is not in their hands. Hanggang dasal na lang sila, no? Depending on what happens on Friday. But they still have a chance to put their fate back in their hands if Ginebra wins, and they will have a chance for a knockout game.
Under a minute to play here in a game controlled by Mobiline right off the bat, so to speak, at foul called against Ardel Rosario. That will be his first. At nasa team penalty na itong Shell Velocity. So 2 free throws coming up para kay Guido Babylonia.
Alam mo,
napatawa ko
kasamang hon, I was just handed a statistic that so far, this is the 5th ever lowest output in PBA history. Itong 45 points ng Shell Velocity.
At if you will run it down, merong 49 points itong San Miguel against you. Hindi natin maalala pa yung mga dates niyan. Pero merong 52 itong Santa Lucia against San Miguel. But of course, Formula Shell, actually, they nandun sa liga ng isa sa dalawa doon sa pinakamababang output sa 52 points.
If they don't break this 50-point output, they will continue on to make history. It will be the 5th all-time lowest output ever. Alam ko na bakit iba yung timpa ni Camacho. At because Arik.
Ganun, palagay ko.
Isang barbero lang.
Barbero
Yan,
ba?
yan. Orange.
Well, siguro, nagpipipisi ng tayo. Hindi nakapag-pack ng...
Kaya hindi na tayo nagpakulay. Wala nang ginal.
Okay, Mobiline 77, Shell 45. Only 30 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Of course, prior to this ball game, yung biggest story dito. Ito yung Mobiline Phonepals in solidarity para dito sa kanilang comrades. Na si Comrade in Orange, na si Ati Taulava. Pero the biggest story tonight is this explosive ball game delivered by Mobiline Phonepals. 79-47 so far ang ating talaan. Only 10 seconds to play in this quarter, in this ball game rather. And Mobiline will not win number 5. At ikakapaganda ang kanilang stand. Let's look at Guido Babylonia just throwing the ball away. And the final score, the jubilant Mobiline Phonepals giving each other the high fives. Coach Perry Ronquillo, dejected Perry Ronquillo here.